So where the feds really felt inclined to step in was obviously through the drug seizures. And also it got really intense because there were some people that were offering murder for hire on there. So very illegal things were taking place on this web. But in a sense, there are many illegal things that do take place within the United States government. It's not necessarily that they're worried about being able to harm yourself by making the mistake of purchasing this. They want to take that power away from you. They want to have the control to stop someone like Ross Ulbricht from being able to operate an open source system where the government will not profit from taxes and has no say in what's sold on that marketplace. Like I said, Ross did not partake in any of these criminal actions. He was only charged for what everybody else did on his app. He was accountable for every single thing that happened. He was charged with 2 life sentences with no chance of parole and currently rots away in a prison cell in the United States. Many have petitioned to free Ross Ulbricht, and he even has a Twitter account run by relatives that has amassed to almost 200,000 followers. Politicians like Vivek Ramaswamy has even spoken about pardoning Ross Ulbricht.
Certainly by October of this year, over 10 years in prison. I think it is an unfair standard that we use for him for running a platform.
His sentencing should be deemed as cruel and unusual punishment. That much time for someone that physically did not partake in any criminalities, he just was accountable for everything he created on the web. What they're saying is they want to discourage people to have open minds and create their own autonomous websites that they can exclude the government from. They use Ross Ulbricht as an example to everyone with a free mind and open ideas on the internet. And they seized all of his Bitcoin, they took all of his wealth that would have made him a billionaire, potentially one of the richest in the world. I do believe Ross should be accountable for the things that happened on there, but I think the punishment was absolutely cruel and severe. He should probably face fines, but jail time I think is really questionable. Ross drew the line several times with certain things. He wouldn't allow body parts, he wouldn't allow the sale of guns. He actually drew a line when it came to being the gatekeeper of his network. So it wasn't like he was an evil villain that encouraged chaos and encouraged violence and all these terroristic things that the government makes him out to be. He was just a regular guy that had an open mind and wanted to reach people throughout the internet. It turned out to be very popular. Silk Road was accepted by millions of people before the government decided to shut it down. Today, Bitcoin is worth $46,000, and at the time it was only worth hundreds and thousands. And it just shows where that autonomy, where that freedom is today. People are still enticed by it, and it hasn't gone anywhere. And that's why many, including myself, have petitioned and spoken up to get Ross Ulbricht a presidential pardon.